So I think we should just start off by talking about what just happened. So Jesse, if you want to explain yourself, that'd be great.
No.
All right, well then I'll explain it. 2 weeks ago, I was maybe 2 or 3 minutes late to the show, and Jesse was a little mad at me. Today, Jesse texts with 3 minutes prior to the show. Give me 15 minutes. We're like, all right, come on, hurry up. And then he's like, all right, whatever. I'll come on at 5. I just want to take a nap. Why do you want to take a nap? You've been on vacation. You've had time to take a nap all day.
I just took a 30-minute nap and I wanted to take 15 more minutes.
And here's what I'm going to say. I bet you feel a lot worse and a lot more tired, which is why you want to take a longer nap, because naps do nothing but make you feel more tired. They are absolutely useless. And not only useless, they're actively bad. There's my take on naps.
Right.
Put it on the poll. Are naps bad?
Also, in the class that Jesse and I met with best teacher ever, Wanda Weber, she did tell us that you could never catch up on sleep. It's physically impossible to, quote, catch up on sleep.
Yes, but you can have more REM sleep in one night.
Yeah, but you're not going to catch up on sleep. You'll lose that sleep forever.
What
and
about
you know
good?
Go ahead.
They said, Max, that a good 20-minute power nap is a good thing.
Yeah, it might be a good thing like for your body, but it makes you feel actively worse. Just saying.
The milk is back. The milk is back. Big news. Jesse and I will be in the same city next week. We might, have some content coming out on outside the Base Path Twitter account. You can follow us on OT Base Path on Twitter.
Where I just put the poll.
Yeah, where he just put the poll. Mostly some stuff down in Miami area. We were gonna go to the Inter Miami game, but Ronnie has a restaurant for us to go to, so we're gonna go to the restaurant instead.
They serve milk.
They probably do. It's like a Southern hospitality type place, so I would guess that they have milk there.
Should I try to just order milk everywhere we go?
Yes, except for at La Carreta, because we're gonna order cafecito there.
I'll probably need some milk to wash it down.
No, you need to just take it like take it like it is. You can't wash it down.
Speaking of taking it like it is, Man Campbell.
What about him?
He takes it like it is. Did you see
his? Yes, the video. Yeah.
Combination.
Yeah.
He has black coffee, right? He doesn't do creamer. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And he gets like 2 of like the tallest coffees at Starbucks every day.
Talls are actually smalls there.
Well, he gets the tallest coffee. I know. Starbucks is
the venti. He gets the venti.
Isn't there a bigger one?
No,
there's Trenta or whatever. It's
Trenta.
Yeah.
I don't like Starbucks is annoying.
Put it on the poll. Is at Starbucks annoying? We'll get a lot of people mad. We'll get a lot of people mad at us, including my girlfriend.
Even more annoying. Gosh, I just want a drink. I don't need you guys to be all nice to me. Just give me a drink.
There's a girl on TikTok, one of my favorite follows on TikTok. Her name is Anna, and she goes to Starbucks and she'll just ask them to make her something themed. Like she'll say, "Can you make me a happy drink today?" And they'll make her a happy drink.
That's
wow,
nice.
she sounds lame.
We'll get Anna on at some point. Still trying to find out who the color commentator for the diving event is. We were supposed to have her on this week.
We were also supposed to have Helena high school athlete Forrest Suero on. Where's he?
Did you text him?
No, Jeremy, that's your job. You covered him.
Okay, I'll talk to him. No Zach this week. He's currently in Yellowstone.
Yeah, he let us know that like an hour before the show, but I'm getting all the crap.
I knew that he was in Yellowstone. I knew there was a possibility he wasn't going to be able to make it.
I made it. He didn't inform us though.
Jesse, can you tell us where you're doing?
He didn't. I'm better.
Can you tell us where you're doing the show from today, Jesse?
I told you guys.
But we're live right now. We're on the air, so.
we're not live, but we will be on the air soon. Roanoke, Virginia.
In
It's
what?
in my bed
Yeah, there you go. In your bed.
because well, I could go out and
Doesn't your mom have like a desk or something?
we have a giant table. Like it's like a kitchen table, but it's like two
You know what?
kitchen tables.
Actually, I think this might be better because obviously that room is probably more open, so we're probably gonna get a little bit of an echo in there or something.
Yeah. So basically, our table is so big that you have like the eating space on one end,
Mm-hmm.
and then like my mom's desk on the other end, because it's that big of a table.
Going from funny and exciting Jesse stories to Deshaun Watson, who's just a perfect example of one of the worst human beings in the world.
He's clueless. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I've got like a big bone to pick with this video because, like, let's take out everything else that comes with Deshaun Watson, like all the baggage. Like, he's still a face of a franchise quarterback, Pro Bowler. Like, you're gonna get videoed anyway every time you're entering practice. Like, even if you take out all of the other stuff with him, he's still going to get the most attention. Like, I don't understand at all, but whatever.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, just
At first,
dude,
I thought he was joking, and then he said the expletive, and I'm like, oh, he's not joking. He's actually just clueless.
But here's my thing. Even if he was joking, that might almost be more annoying because I'm like, why are you joking right now?
Yeah.
So, like, it's bad either way.
the dude should be happy that he's even there, and
Lucky.
because
This adds into another reason why he gets videotaped all the time when he's entering practice is because he's actively not happy that he's there. Like, there is so much there that's why he gets, I don't know.
yeah, why is he not happy that he's there? He should be happy that he's, anywhere, having a job right now, and not in jail or on the what's the commissioner's exempt list.
You always mix it up with the baseball one.
What's the baseball one? Restricted list. Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the commissioner's exempt list. However, he's not. And so he should feel lucky that he's even getting on to the practice field after all the stuff that I personally believe that he's done.
From a bad human being to another not so great human being. We're just starting off the show on a great note today. Aubrey Huff, exciting news. Suspended from Twitter.
Here, yeah.
That was a good thing. They said he's put out too much COVID-19 misinformation, and so I'm glad that he's off Twitter. However, I did kind of secretively enjoy reading his tweets and laughing
How
at
dumb yeah,
stupid there. And honestly, I don't think he had too many followers on there that were really there to be like, yeah, go Aubrey.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like all of these other ones that get suspended like this is they're just going to find somebody new to follow and hype up and talk about how great they are. Like, Aubrey Huff will come back to Twitter and be completely forgotten about by all the people that like hyped him up.
He was permanently banned, though.
Was he permanently banned?
He'll come back.
Yeah. Suspended. But...
No, it said permanent. His account was permanently suspended. But like, he can just get it. He can just get another email and just create a new account.
He'll go to Parlor.
Yeah. Or to Cameo. I saw Rudy Giuliani's on Cameo now. So.
Wow.
What?
375 for Giuliani.
Maybe that'll be our show intro. We'll get a cameo from Rudy Giuliani.
Start a GoFundMe.
America's mayor.
No, but Jesse, you had a story to tell about some exciting Aubrey Huff stuff that happened the other day.
So I'm just going to start with my entire story experience at Oriole Park at Camden Yard. So I went to the Orioles-Tigers game on Tuesday night. I got there at 6 p.m. when the gates opened. It only opens an hour early at Camden Yards, which
no time for batting practice.
Yeah, I didn't get a single toss-up. It was really sad. I tried.
I
I
know
was
you
yelling
did.
at Anthony Santander all game, and he didn't give me one. But yes, yeah, I went there. It's maybe the worst thunderstorm I've ever seen. Um, there was water. The water had overflown the pipes, so it was like coming out of the drain, and it was like flooding the park, kind of. Not like seriously flooding it, but it was flooding it a little bit. Um, but yeah, when I was entering the game, there was a guy there in a Aubrey Huff jersey. Bold choice. Bold choice.
A good purchase right there. I mean, you talk about like getting an all-time legend, like
World Series
Aubrey
champion.
Huff. Yeah, played 3 seasons with the Orioles. I mean, batted like 280. Like, I mean, that's a face of a franchise right there.
I just realized that the Orioles have had both Kurt Schilling and Aubrey Huff on the same, not on the same team at the same time, but they've had them at the same time.
Speaking of all-time legends, one of Jesse's favorite baseball players retired this week.
One of my favorite baseball players. I don't think I've liked a player less over the past like 4 seasons. However, like when in 2013, I loved Chris Davis. He was a great guy in the community too. So you can't.
Well, it
You
doesn't
know,
matter. You've already burned the bridge. He's never coming on the show.
Well, I don't think he's the best interview ever. He's kind of just like, oh yeah, I love to donate to the children's hospital.
Oh yeah, he sounds awful.
No, great guy, but not that interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Jesse,
He had a couple good years there.
couple things. Did you eat at Camden Yards?
I did. I got some Boog's barbecue. It was a little bit cold, but that was because I got it at 10 p.m. when the game was supposed to be over. The game started at 9 and ended at midnight. Max
Yeah.
would have left in the 3rd inning.
Oh yeah, no
Max,
chance. No chance.
when you go to St. Louis, you go to Busch Stadium, what would you say is your favorite ballpark food there?
I mean, that's tough because I haven't been to a ton of games there recently. I have like, so the big like food in St. Louis, like the big signature food is fried beef ravioli. Like that's like the signature food. Like you can get at any restaurant in all over St. Louis, and they serve that at the games, and it's pretty good. Like, so I would say like if you're going to St. Louis for a baseball game, grab an order of that. I mean, they always say like the bratzel is the like signature food there. Like it's a brat wrapped in a pretzel. That's like the signature thing there, but it's just okay.
When I go to
Max,
Marlins Park,
Lone Depot Park.
yeah,
That's a fine.
all right, I don't have any cash on me. But when I go to Lone Depot Park, my favorite food, they have a barbecue, I think it's a brisket sandwich. It's really good.
I love good
Jeremy,
brisket.
I've heard that. I hate to break it to you, but I've heard that Lone Depot Park is a kind of a sad food experience and just an overall sad experience.
Yeah, but the food is getting a little bit better actually. I'm kind of surprised this season has been better than it ever has been. So
Will I be like unbelievably disappointed after going to Camden Yards first on this trip?
yes. Yeah.
And will there be more or less than the 7,124 that was at
Less.
Camden Yards?
It's going to be like 4,000. So
That was paid
segueing-
attendance, by the way. It's always
Yeah.
paid attendance.
Yeah, paid attention.
I do have another ballpark food tip though.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you ever find yourself at American Family Field, I guess it's called now, go for, if you get like any kind of sausage, like hot dog, brat, Polish, Italian, any of those, Secret Stadium sauce is amazing there. I think Bob Costa said it was his favorite ballpark thing in the country is Secret Stadium sauce. They've had it since like the old stadium and everything. So that's just a little tip there. Like they have it right next to the ketchup and mustard things. You can dispense it.
American Family Field is what Chase Field wishes it was.
That's true. That's accurate.
It's like a moderately solid domed stadium.
I think American Family Field's really nice.
Yeah, I like elements of Chase Field. Great club level, but you know, some of the seats are not great.
I had a good time at Yankee Stadium last week.
I like Yankee Stadium. I think
It wasn't. Yeah, well, because everybody is so they liked old Yankee Stadium.
That was total dump though. That place was like it was cool to go there, but it was a total dump.
That's what everybody
Did you
said.
go?
Yeah.
So it was a dump. It wasn't. They couldn't have fixed it. You think?
No, it was a total like even like Wrigley and Fenway are pretty like they're like old and they feel old, but they also kind of feel nice and cool. Like old Yankee was just a complete dump. I actually saw the Orioles play there.
House that roof built.
House
The
that
house
Ruth-
that roof
Yeah.
built.
No,
Yeah.
I went to the house that Jeter built the other day. It's so no, but the reason I asked you guys about your favorite food is because we have some hot takes from Jesse about food that lately have surfaced.
No, so basically, this is on Twitter. This question's been going around on Twitter. Most controversial food opinion, and you know what? I'm just gonna bring it back to milk, nectar of the gods, best
It really
beverage.
is, but it's
Best
not
beverage.
food. We need Jesse. We need to reel it back in now. Okay, hold on.
Food and beverages in the same category.
beverage. No, but it says food.
I think it counts.
What's your most controversial food?
Put it on the poll. Is milk a food?
What's your most controversial food take?
Mine or Max's?
Yours.
My most controversial. I mean, I don't really have any other than that. Milk is the nectar of the gods.
And coleslaw is throw up.
Oh, coleslaw's terrible. I'm from Virginia, where everybody eats coleslaw.
Throw up.
They put coleslaw on the barbecue sandwich, which is just a terrible idea.
Yeah, I have to ask for it without coleslaw at the Marlins games.
I used to hate coleslaw, but I realized then it's just because I'd never had it before. And I just always assumed I didn't like it. So then I tried it one time. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like I enjoy it. I enjoy it on a barbecue sandwich. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
I like it.
That's
I have
good.
a very controversial food take, by the way.
Ready.
Go for it.
Cake or cupcakes, better without icing and frosting.
Whoa. Well, okay. All right. Now you brought up my controversial food take. Actually, I don't agree with that. Number one, and number two, I don't think cake is that good in the first place. And I would rather have pie on my birthday. I have pie on my birthday. Pie is the superior of the two.
Harsh disagreement there.
Pie is so much better than cake. Like you get that crust, you get that little flaky crust, you get that berry stuff. It's so good. Little whipped cream on top. Maybe pie and ice cream is so much better than cake and ice cream.
Ice
I
cream.
won't disagree with that. I won't disagree that pie and ice cream is better than cake and ice cream. I'll agree on that.
Max, here's my thing. I think what you're referring to is when there's way too much frosting on a
I
cupcake,
definitely don't like too much.
and then you're trying to get to the cupcake and you're just eating frosting at this point.
I definitely don't like that.
So what if we just put like a nice little smear of it?
I don't mind it on it, but like if you give me a piece of cake, like I'm gonna enjoy it just as much if it doesn't have any frosting, and maybe even a little bit more.
So when you have a cake on your birthday, do you do no icing?
Well, here's the thing: there's different levels of cake. So like you got your like white cake, your chocolate cake, you got your standard cakes. Like those I don't really like frosting on that much. Then you got something like a red velvet. And that's what I usually want for my birthday and stuff. And the difference with a red velvet is the frosting on it. And like that's like very specifically very different than like another kind of cakes. So like if I'm having a birthday cake and it's a red velvet, it needs to have frosting on it.
Max, can I break you some news you might not have known? You know what a red velvet cake is, right?
Yeah, I know what a red velvet cake is. The actual cake part, I know what it is. The frosting is
It's just
different.
chocolate cake dyed red.
Yeah, but the frosting on it is the unique part. It's a cream cheese frosting always. place.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You're talking about that. I got you.
Yeah, that's like
I
what
do-
makes it a red velvet cake is the frosting on it.
Okay, because I didn't know if you knew that red
Yeah,
velvet
no,
cake.
I know what a red velvet cake is.
chocolate cake dyed red.
Again, it's the frosting that
Do
makes
you
it
guys
red.
like your Do you guys like your stuff dyed green on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Depends on what it is. Depends on what it is.
Like
I want green pasta. I want green pizza. I want a lot of green. I want everything green.
do you like your beer green?
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. Green beer, I'll take. I like
Yeah.
green beer.
I don't know.
Just put a little food coloring in it. It doesn't hurt anybody.
It's very festive.
Yeah.
Festive.
You're talking to a guy that just was in Ireland before college. I mean, Max loves Ireland.
I do love Ireland.
Mhm.
It's like
Do you
my
like
favorite-
do you guys like cookie cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's what I get for my birthday.
Yeah, you gotta get on the pie trend.
I mean, I like a pie. It's just
Better on your birthday and tell
I have two controversial food takes, and then we can move on. One,
two.
yeah, two.
Jeremy has every food take is controversial.
only two.
Only two? I don't know about that.
I hate ranch.
I don't like ranch either, so I'm with you on that.
Weird.
Okay. And
Oh, weird.
I'm not a big pie guy.
Have you had pie, Jeremy, in your entire life? Because Mallory's
of
never
course.
had it.
I had pie recently. When I say recently, I mean within the last year on Thanksgiving. It was okay.
What kind of pie did you have on Thanksgiving?
It was apple. No, it was pumpkin pie.
That's my favorite kind of pie.
Yeah, it was okay.
My favorite too.
It didn't live up to the hype of cake. Didn't. Sorry.
Cheesecake? I like
Oh.
a good cheesecake.
I like cheesecake.
It's all right.
Jeremy did. Yeah, we went to Cheesecake Factory and I went to go get cheesecake and they didn't get cheesecake. I'm like, why we go to the cheesecake?
Yeah,
Factory?
you go for the mac and cheese balls.
No, you go to the Cheesecake Factory, you get a drink.
Why?
Okay.
Step Brothers reference. Okay.
Okay. That one.
Yeah, it
that
went
one
over
went
our
over
heads.
my-
The best
Yeah.
that
line.
one went
Step
over my head.
Brothers.
That's an
Guys, come on.
obscure. That is an obscure Step Brothers reference. I was thinking,
It's the best line. It's when on Christmas Eve when like the two parents are like about to get in a divorce and stuff, and like the dad is like just so frustrated. He's just like, I'm gonna go to Cheesecake Factory, get a drink. Like, that's where he goes to drink.
I feel like
every time.
I feel like Chili's is that place too.
Mhm.
No, it's Applebee's. It's totally Applebee's.
Both. No, because
Applebee's-
Chili's has a really good happy hour special. Like
Well,
really
it's
so
just
good.
got
does
better
Apple-
food. Like if you want to get some food, that's what kind of adds to the Chili's thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no.
Go get some
Here's the thing: going to a late night happy hour at Applebee's, you can't beat it because you go and you get the spinach and artichoke dip, the boneless wings, and the $1 drinks that have like point.
All of those things are better at Chili's though.
Correct.
Yeah, but Chili's is always somewhere that is inconvenient to your house.
There it is.
That's actually not true at all because I like live way closer to a Chili's than I do an Apple.
But like TGI Fridays though is
Ooh, Jesse, you want to go to
good
TGI
too.
Fridays next week? You want to go there for
no.
lunch?
I'm coming to Miami. Why would we go to TGI Fridays?
You want to go there for lunch next week? We'll
Sure,
go with-
Jeremy. Do you realize that you can just go to the store and go to the frozen food section and buy TGI Fridays potato skins?
Yeah, you can buy all their appetizers there. You can get wings, you can get mozzarella sticks, you can get potato skins, you can get everything. In
You
the
can also
frozen
get
food.
Arby's curly fries in a bag at the store now.
And here's what I'm gonna say: all the frozen food from TGI Fridays tastes exactly like it does in the restaurant.
Do you know why?
Draw
Because
comparisons how you want to there.
it's the same stuff. They probably take it out of the bag too.
Exactly.
This is a long conversation about food.
Oh, I'm glad we're having it. Let's kind of reel it back into sports now. Jesse watched 4 quarters of a preseason game yesterday. Very
I
exciting.
napped for like the third quarter.
Jesse watched 3 quarters of a football game yesterday that was preseason. And between the football team and the Patriots, was it exciting? Was it everything you had hoped and dreamed about?
I just got a lot of takes about it. All right, Cam Newton is washed. He has no arm.
It's been
Mac
twice
Jones
for
is
like 4 years.
Mac Jones is the future. He's really good. He was making throws. He was making reads. Like this guy is the next great quarterback in this and the National Football League. Let me tell you. And then also,
wait, hold on. Does he pass the sniff test?
he passes the sniff test.
Not even top 3 in his own draft class.
Also, yeah, by the way, San Francisco and the Jets, they both missed. You know who might have missed? The Jags. Like, honestly, Mac Jones is that good. This is and let me tell you, it wasn't like he was throwing against some screw up defense. You know, Washington football team's got a great defense. Also, I'm a little worried. Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't look as good as Taylor Heineke.
Shocking.
Taylor Heineke, a little bit of athleticism there that I knew about, and but he really showed it off even more than he did in the wild card game. So yeah, Taylor Heineke might be the starter. Don't freak out when Taylor Heineke becomes the week 1 starter of the Washington football team.
You've heard that, fantasy football players.
What?
Was making a joke about fantasy football players taking Taylor Heineke.
Oh no, is that a thing?
No, it's
I
sarcasm.
mean, it's sarcasm.
Oh,
So
a few jokes have gone over my head here, Max.
yeah, you're having a good time.
Pfizer,
Probably
lacrosse
'cause you just took
tournament,
it. It's because you probably just took a
vacation.
nap.
Vacation, just took a nap.
Yeah, he's muted. So as we move on into the Max portion of the show, let's get into golf. Obviously, last weekend was an exciting finish, to say the least.
In the Olympics, I'm assuming you're hopefully talking about?
No, I'm talking about the weekend tournament, but also the Olympics.
I didn't watch that.
Oh, you didn't watch the weekend tournament?
No.
So, some guy had like a quadruple bogey on like 17 or so. I don't know. This is something.
I gotta be honest.
yeah.
I haven't watched the PGA Tour other than majors.
So, yeah, we had the PGA Tour on at the golf store, and the scores were just dropping. It was so funny. The Olympics, Max, be excited.
Yeah, the Olympics was great. It was really fun to watch. It was a great finish. And now it never stops. The fun never stops because they have a major this week or this next week. The LPGA does. So the season is crazy. They've had 2 majors plus the Olympics in a 5-week stretch. That's unbelievable. That's so much fun. So this week is the British Open, or this next week is. Playing the Scottish Open right now. They got the British Open next. It's at Carnoustie, which is like one of the most infamous Open Championship courses. It's considered like the hardest course in the men's Open Championship rotation because the women's game is trying to get like the big time courses to host their majors. They are now playing on Carnoustie this week, and I cannot wait to see how they attack it. I think it's going to be obviously a great tournament because all of the majors and all of the big events have been great this year. So I would really recommend watching it to anybody out there. It's early mornings, but I think it's going to be a great event.
Is everyone competing?
As far as I know, everybody is competing. I know that there were some Olympics players that took this week off, went back home and stuff. So obviously with travel stuff, you're not 100% sure if players are always coming back, but it looks like from what I've heard, everybody that you would expect to compete is competing this week.
Nice. Good. Love to hear it.
I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm just going to say that somebody that we don't think is going to win is going to win.
See, I disagree with that. Because the thing is we're kind of split this year. We've got 2 out of nowhere winners this year in Patty Tavatanakit and Yuka Sasso, both rookies, both players who, like, if you follow the game, you knew who they were, but like certainly weren't expecting majors this early. And then you had Nelly Korda and Minjee Lee win the last 2 majors, and they were both considered like the best players in on the LPGA without a major yet. And so we're kind of at this like split kind of stalemate thing. So it'll be interesting to see if it goes to more stars winning majors this year or more under the radar players. But really, the only two under the radar players to win on this whole season were those first two major winners. It's been just like a season where superstars have been winning, it seems, almost every week.
Forgive my ignorance, but are women's golfers starting to make more money sponsorship wise?
It's getting a little bit better with that. I think that it's going to take a little bit of a jump up in the next couple of years. There's just some really exciting people that are going to get some big like contracts, probably for endorsements in the next couple of years. And so like kind of their level of stars previously, it's going to take a jump up, and that'll probably bring everybody up a little bit, I would say.
Good. Love to hear that. Looks like a lot of college athletes are starting to get more money, including the women's athletes. So that's good to see for all sports, honestly.
And all the BYU walk-ons. They're getting their tuition paid by some like bar in Provo.
I'd love to hear that.
I know there were bars in Provo, but there are.
They sell milk, actually.
Yeah, they do. But read some of the articles about from when Wisconsin played at BYU. Some of the articles about the bars there for that weekend are pretty hilarious.
Didn't you have milk at the BYU stadium?
They had milk. I didn't have it.
But you didn't have it?
But no, I didn't have it because it was pretty hot that day. So I was like,
then why would you
nice
not get
glass of milk would solve
milk.
everything.
See, I would reference another Will Ferrell movie here, but it'd probably go right over your guys' heads.
Say it.
Too damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
That's from Anchorman, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so you think we wouldn't know Anchorman?
That's after Will Ferrell goes into his poor state after telling San Diego to F off, right?
Correct.
I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but there's a trend in Will Ferrell movies where he starts out on a high, then he goes down to a low, and then he comes back up again.
Isn't that most movies?
Will Ferrell follows the traditional arc of a character.
He does.
He's got character development.
But when his character develops, it normally involves running around in tights or boxer shorts or tighty whities.
I think that only happened once.
I mean,
it's a good reference. We'll allow it.
He likes to have minimal clothing on or some sort of tights.
We'll allow it.
He likes to be showing his chest.
He does. He definitely has a shirt off a lot.
This is a good segue. A very good segue into movies. I don't know. I haven't been watching.
Before we get into Max's movie, can we talk about the Field of Dreams game?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I thought it was corny. But I liked it.
All right.
I don't like that movie, but
okay, here's what I'm gonna have you do. I was trying to think of what I'm gonna have you do to punish you. Now you got to walk to your mom, tell her the joke, and then walk back.
All right. Do I keep the computer with me?
Yeah. Well, me and Max are gonna talk, and then when you find your mom, we'll continue with that. So, Max, obviously the Field of Dream game was cool. Did you like seeing the players? I don't know if you saw this, but they literally walked out of the corn into the game.
Yeah, that was one of the two things that I saw from the game. Was that and the walk-off home run.
Hey, Mom.
They're both kind of chill.
The Field of Dreams game was kind of corny. The Field of Dreams game was kind of corny.
Okay, thank you.
That was the joke.
It was worth it. It was 100% worth it.
She was also watching a video and had to pause for video.
Good.
Just to hear that terrible joke that she didn't get.
It was worth it. Anyway, Jesse in Virginia is one of the best Jessies.
No, it's really not. Because my mom is like making me be healthy and not letting me go to Bojangles. I'm really hungry.
Did you hear
right
Bojangles has a new chicken sandwich?
Everybody has a new chicken sandwich. A lot of places don't need the new chicken sandwich.
This is a very food-centric show today.
Excuse me. Sorry. Should have muted myself there.
Yeah, that's $5.
booster shots soon. FDA approved. But yes, there's too many places in the chicken sandwich. Burger King already had a chicken sandwich. It was known as one of the classic chicken sandwiches. That like rectangular chicken sandwich. That is the chicken sandwich at Burger King. The chicken was terrible. I was like, you know what? I'd rather have the processed.
It wasn't good. It was. It was like They overcooked it too.
Yes, I would rather just have the regular, like rectangular chicken sandwich from Burger King.
Put it on the poll. Would you rather have the regular chicken sandwich at Burger King, not the chicken? Max, I'm not sure what movies you've been watching lately, but I would love to get your thoughts on anything.
Well, the movies that I've been watching recently is a movie because it's a movie that I really like. And so I've been showing it to a lot of people. And so I've watched it 4 times. It came out on Friday. So it came out a week ago and I've seen it 4 times since then. It's The Suicide Squad. Now, this is not Suicide Squad from 2016. It's, they say, kind of a sequel. It's really not, though. They kind of just completely like wiped the slate clean and said, we're just starting over, essentially. Like, they brought 3 characters from the last one and said, you guys are still in it, but the rest of this movie is just completely new. And what I really like about it, because it is a comic book movie, it's a DC Comics movie. It basically takes all of like the obscure villains and just kind of puts them in like one movie together. And so if you aren't familiar with the plot, basically what they do is they're all in prison and they can take part in this this group to stop crime and stuff, and they get 10 years off their prison sentence for every mission they do. And so that's the motivation for them to do it. And essentially it's that they're just expendable. Like if they die, it doesn't matter, who cares? And they have explosives put in their heads. So if they try to escape at any point, you know, they get killed. And so this movie, what I like about this movie, first of all, is it's rated R. And it is a very, very hard R. So I will warn anybody that if you don't do well with violence, definitely this is not the movie for you. It is very cartoonish, graphic violence. But what I also like about it is that it's a comic book movie, but it doesn't feel like one. It's one where you could take out all of these characters and just replace them with completely new ones, and the movie still completely works. Like, it doesn't need to be a superhero movie or a comic book movie. None of them really have powers that much. They're just all like really good at something. So they're good at shooting guns, they're good at hand-to-hand combat, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of feels like a team going on a mission type of thing. And it's really, really good. I mean, they develop the characters fantastically. There are characters who get a minute of screen time that are like heavily used in trailers and stuff and die like right away, but they're still like really well developed, really well like defined, like add something to the movie. And that's like what I really like about it, is that it just really brought everybody together and makes you really care about them by the end.
I'll have to.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna watch it. I feel like
I'm getting to it,
and that's a great thing. Like, don't like look up any spoilers or anything like that, like, because literally what's great about it, and it establishes it right away within 3 or 4 minutes, anybody can die at any moment. And that's like just the really cool thing. It just really keeps you on your toes. You never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's like that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake where the clock is counting down.
Yeah, I tried to watch that movie.
That's in my Mount Rushmore of terrible movies.
I like Timberlake as an actor usually too. I think he's a really good actor, but that was a swing and a miss.
It wouldn't make that sound if it was a miss.
That's it hitting the catcher's glove.
Oh, okay. Jesse, you there?
You guys.
Jesse.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
here.
All right, cool. Exciting news for the Florida Panthers today.
Wait a minute. I want Max's top 5 least favorite movies.
Oh, okay.
My least favorite movies?
It's top 5 least favorite movies. Jeremy, filibuster about the Panthers while Max thinks of this. We're doing David Sampson. We're just throwing him on. We're just giving him a top 5. He has to say it right away.
He's ready.
I've got a few. I don't know if I have a sub
You gotta have 5. You
I'll
gotta
have
have 5. Jeremy, talking
All
about
right,
the Panthers.
give me a minute for 5.
All right. So Panthers got Joe Thornton. He's ring chasing at the end of his career, and he thought the Panthers were the team to ring chase with, and that makes me really excited because I think that the Panthers are going to be good. So that makes me happy.
I'm excited. He's a good player. He's still got it.
Ring chasing Joe Thornton is coming to Florida.
Let me tell you what he's.
The quote of the day, Jesse, was, "I might have to shave my beard because it's hot down there."
Has he ever not had a beard?
I don't think so.
He used to be a Bruin.
Yeah, that's how I remember him.
That's so weird that you remember him as a Bruin.
Well, yeah, because I watched hockey before you did.
Jeremy, he hasn't been a Bruin since 2005, 2006.
Yeah, and
Well, yes.
that's when I started watching hockey.
Jeremy, in 44 games last year, 5 goals, 15 assists, plus minus of 6. Still got it.
Pretty good.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be our third line center probably. So,
Can I come to a game?
yeah, of course.
Max, you ready?
I've got 4.
You gotta have one more. It's gotta be a
All
top
right.
5.
Kyle Lowry was introduced in Miami today. He came to the AAA or whatever the heck they call it now.
It's named after a cryptocurrency.
FTX Arena. That's right. Kyle Lowry. They still haven't revealed what number he's going to be wearing yet, but I think it's going to be number 9. That's what I'm guessing.
I think I have 5, by the way, now.
Oh, good.
I think I'm feeling pretty good about these 5.
Okay, good.
All right,
All
so
right.
Number 5.
Transformers 2.
The original Transformers 2.
Yeah, like the one from like 15 years ago, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it isn't the worst Transformers movie.
I didn't say it was.
All right.
All right. So then, number 4,
Yeah, number 4.
you don't mess with the Zohan.
What? That movie's so funny.
Oh, here we go.
That movie is awful.
It's really bad, but it's about Adam Sandler having sex with grandmas.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It's so good.
All right.
It's so good.
So
number 3, Max.
Number 3 is Transformers 4.
That's the one with Mark Wahlberg, right?
That's the first one with Mark
It
Wahlberg.
was terrible.
Marky Mark.
Where they take a full 2-minute scene to explain why it's fine that Jack Renner, by the way, a great actor, but his character is okay to have a relationship with a underage person. Legitimately, they take a 3-minute scene to explain that. So that movie's awful.
Number 2, Max.
Transformers 3. Can you tell that I don't like these movies?
This is very, very.
The first one was good.
The first one's not bad. I don't disagree with that. It's a solid like B- movie, I'd say. Like it's okay.
Wow.
Autobots, roll out.
Got a great ride at Universal too.
And Max's number 1 least favorite movie, one of the worst movies he's ever seen, if not the worst movie he's ever seen.
It's gonna be the worst movie, Jeremy, because it's number 1.
This might be very reactionary because it's a movie that came out this year. But the Sia directed Music. I don't think I've ever hated watching a movie more than that movie. It's horribly offensive. It's incredibly boring. And it's so terribly put together. And somehow it got nominated for 2 Golden Globes.
Have you ever walked out on a movie before?
I came really, really close on a Will Ferrell movie called Holmes and Watson.
Oh,
came
yeah.
really
I
close.
thought that was good. I thought people liked that.
No, people think that was one of Will Ferrell's like worst rated.
I was in the theater with 8 other people in that movie. 5 of them walked out.
I do remember you telling me this.
The movie's like an hour and a half. You didn't even sit through 90 minutes of it.
I do remember you telling me about this.
This was I think this was on our first edition of the Why So Serious show because Max had seen it over the holiday season.
You are correct. I had. So yeah, Holmes and Watson would be up there. That movie, it's just watchable enough because Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are always great together.
Mm-hmm.
But God, they just had a terrible, terrible script to work with in this one.
Happy Feet. Happy Feet didn't make it.
Oh,
What?
I hate Happy Feet. You're right about that.
That movie is so bad.
I do hate Happy. I saw that in theaters and I was
You don't
bored.
like the little penguins dancing?
I was bored out of my mind.
Okay, so Jeremy, I don't know if you know this about Happy Feet, but it's a very strange take on anti-religion.
I really didn't think of it that way when I was 10
That
years
that
old.
is what Happy Feet is. That is what Happy Feet is. But it is a very strange way of going about that. Like there's way different things you could have done than make a children's movie about dancing penguins for your anti-religion sentiment. It's like, and I know Max likes this movie, but it's like one of these things that film people do that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. For example, the Shape of Water.
Oh, I like that movie.
It's about a lady that feeds a fish man eggs and then has sex with the fish man.
Yeah.
It's not exactly something that I enjoy. It wasn't very pleasing to my
Put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Is that something you enjoy?
Okay, but here's the thing. Jesse just described that movie. That movie was seen as the boring choice for Best Picture that year, which is just like, what? That's like the weirdest Best Picture movie ever. But
how did it win Best Picture? I don't understand. She's having sex with a fish man and feeding it eggs.
it's a good movie. I like it. That was my favorite.
What about it is good?
Well, at the time, that was my favorite. Now, like after having rewatched a few of the movies that were nominated that year, Get Out would be my favorite. But I like Shape of Water at the time.
Jeremy, what was that poll again? Did you enjoy this?
I think it was. Is that something you would enjoy?
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why we that's why we have you on here, Max. It's because you might remember that, we need all ears so that one person will remember something.
Yeah.
And Zach decided not to be here, so he definitely would have remembered that too.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had two people that remembered something, and now we just had one. Anything else? Is there some? Oh yeah, your boy Jared Allen. What he said the other day. I want to hear Max's perspective from what Jared Allen said about maybe we'll compete in like for the 5 seed in like 3 years or something. How does that make you feel?
That's all I can hope for, honestly. I mean, like Cavs fans like don't have any like whatever delusions about what they are. Like the Cavs, the only chance the Cavs have of ever competing for a championship is hitting on a LeBron level player in the draft. So like, hey, if the Cavs get the 5 seed, that's awesome. I get to watch a few playoff games. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. So I love it. Like, hey, if in 3 years the Cavs are a 5 seed, that's like ahead of schedule.
I wish Jesse had the same level of enthusiasm about the Wizards.
I will say I'm really
boycotting them.
I'm really into Mobley. Mobley isn't going to be the guy,
Oh.
but I'm into him.
No, Mobley is the best player from the draft.
No, Jalen Suggs is. Jalen Suggs is the best.
You were wrong, Jeremy. You
Jalen
were wrong.
Suggs is so good.
I saw Mobley in person. You're wrong. You are so wrong. Evan Mobley is the best player from this draft. Jalen Suggs is going to be really good.
Mobley's going to be awesome.
Cade Cunningham, really good, but Evan Mobley, best power forward I've seen in a while.
Cunningham, I think, is going to be a bust. Suggs is the best player. Suggs is the best player in this draft. He's the best. He's literally a Ja Morant clone that can shoot the ball.
Ja Morant can shoot. Also, I've stopped.
Breaking news: the Magic say Jalen Suggs will be sidelined for the remainder of summer league.
That's just because Jeremy was talking about it. Jeremy curses at.
They think they know he's good and doesn't need more work.
Yeah.
Jeremy curses athletes. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this guy N'Keal Harry is gonna be so good. Jesse, let's go to the game. I'm gonna have to show you this guy N'Keal Harry." And then N'Keal Harry is like very average NFL receiver. Jeremy curses athletes.
Is he average?
He's below average.
Slightly below average, yes.
Yeah, and I also did this with Jabari Parker. I thought Jabari Parker was going to be the best player in that draft.
He could have been.
Jeremy thinks he's a great talent evaluator, but it doesn't normally work out. His mock drafts that he does every year. I'll take his football
I do better.
analysis.
I do better. I do better than
Yes.
most draft experts. I got
That's
6
true.
right 2 years in a
Your
row.
your football analysis is a little bit better, but your basketball analysis is, you have a lot of hot takes that don't end up working out, and you're all pumped up about Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo and
Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa. If Victor Oladipo can give us 10 minutes in a playoff game, I'll be excited.
You should want way more from Victor Oladipo than that. He's been like the number one option on a playoff team before.
Right, and he's been hurt, like had the same surgery twice, and I'm not expecting anything from him.
You should have expectations for your teams.
I expect Kyle Lowry to look good in the playoffs. I don't expect him to look good during the regular season.
What if you guys don't get to the playoffs? See, you know what?
I'm just going to get to the playoffs.
Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. The whole "I'm not going to take the regular season seriously" thing doesn't work. Look at the two teams that were in the finals. They both took the regular season seriously. Their players played games. You know what? I'm no medical expert, but I think that load management not able to withstand games in the playoffs.
If Chris Paul,
look at all the guys that got hurt, they're all load management guys.
If Chris Paul had load managed more, maybe he would have been healthy for the NBA Finals.
Giannis doesn't load manage. The thing to do is load manage during the game. Like play 30 minutes instead of 40 minutes. That's how you load manage, so that your body is in a rhythm of playing basketball every night, and a few extra minutes in the playoffs won't hurt it. Versus, I'm going to play here, I'm not going to play there. The stop and start can't be good for your body. I'm just saying that.
Chris Paul choked.
Okay.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Outside the Base Pass podcast. Make sure to follow us.
You can update the polls.
Go ahead.
I'll update the polls.
Yeah, it's you.
Also,
these polls are brought to you by at OT Basepath on Twitter. Make sure to follow us there.
I'm going to start back on my whole occasion going to Camden Yards, because I got up at 3:30 in the morning to get to the airport just so I could go to this Orioles-Tigers game. Would you wake up at 3 a.m. in order to make it to a game where your favorite team, who is 25 games out of a playoff spot, is playing against a team 11 games out of a playoff spot? 67% yes, 33% no. Okay. If your favorite team doesn't reply to your tweet, do they hate their fans? 100% I'm booing. Are there always Nationals fans at Camden Yards and Orioles fans at Nationals Park? 75% yes. Every time I've gone to a Nationals game, there have been somebody in an Orioles jersey, and every time I'm at an Orioles game, there's somebody in a Nationals jersey. What game will
explain it? We get it.
Marlins versus Padres, 100% over Tigers versus Orioles. I don't know what that poll is.
It's because you're in a rain delay and you guys started 20 minutes before a game that started on the West Coast.
Yeah. Is there any stopping Peyton Barber when he needs 1 yard? 60% no. I'm telling you, he's gonna average he's gonna have the best 2.8 yards per carry every season of his career, because they just give him the ball on 3rd and 1 and he just plows forward and gets that first down, or they give him the ball.
He's literally He's Jordan Howard.
Yes, he is a great short yardage back, one of the best in the league. Are naps bad? 50-50, never happened before. Is milk a food? 67% yes. Would you rather have the Chiking or just the rectangular classic chicken sandwich from Burger King? 100% classic chicken sandwich. Is that something you would enjoy? 1 vote, 100% no. All right, Jeremy, now wrap up the show.
Yeah, again, make sure to follow us on Twitter at OT Basepath. Thanks, Max, for joining us. Thanks, Jesse, for joining me. Really appreciate it. And we'll make sure to talk to you guys again next week.